There's been a number of depictions of dyslexia in popular culture recently. Notably in Game of Thrones, one of the characters was dyslexic. In the TV series Victoria, Edward, future king of the United Kingdom, was depicted as dyslexic, and in fact we believe he was. There was a British TV show, sci-fi show called Doctor Who, and one of the characters there was depicted as dyspraxic. The problem with a lot of these depictions of dyslexia is that they tend to be a little bit one-sided, and they tend also to be a little bit inconsistent. So for instance, in Doctor Who, the dyspraxic character, we knew he was dyspraxic because he couldn't ride a bike. And then in the next episode, we'd see him somersaulting around and shooting Daleks with a laser gun or something. It was completely inconsistent. But it was also basically, he's dyspraxic, look, he can't ride a bike. So it wasn't a particularly accurate depiction of what dyspraxia really is. It just focused on one thing that everyone kind of knows about, clumsiness, and then went on from there. Recently, there was a really interesting advert on TV. It was from a supermarket. This advert clearly talked about a dyslexic kid, young dyslexic child growing up with his parents.
I always struggled with reading, so you said we should forget about it and have fun cooking together instead. And it became our thing. Of course, I didn't realise what you were doing at the time. But then, you've always been a bit sneaky like that.
One of the reasons I like this advert is what it did is it showed dyslexia in a more rounded light. It didn't make a big thing of the fact that this guy wasn't very good at reading. It showed him learning to read. It showed him struggling. It showed some of the struggles he came up against. And it showed that his mum allowed him to learn to read through the act of learning to cook. Now, the great John Dewey, marvellous education philosopher, once talked about learning, and learning isn't a skill that you have and that you do. Learning is acquired through performing roles, through doing this, through doing that, through playing games. And that's exactly what was happening in this advert. And it also showed that a loving, nurturing environment is exactly the thing that's needed. And in fact, it's the grounding, it's the basis of absolutely everything. A loving, nurturing environment is the grounding of absolutely everything that's needed for somebody's learning and development. So I really like this advert. It's something which I have to congratulate the advertising company on, and indeed the supermarket for doing this. I think we need more of them. We need more rounded depictions of dyslexia and fewer caricatures, just to make up the numbers, if you like. Other supermarkets also available.